Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Besancon with Hillcrest Animal Hospital, and this is your pet tip of the month. Today we're going to be talking about kitten and puppy wellness and what you need to do whenever you acquire your brand new puppy or kitten into your new home. The first thing we need to do whenever you first get these guys is to bring them into your local veterinarian and get a good wellness exam on these guys. Things that the veterinarians is going to look for: one is ear mites, just problems on the skin, any ear mites, any skin problems. Going to look for any congenital defects, which are defects that are acquired by the puppy or kitten whenever they are being developed in the mother. And so fecals are typically done on these guys at this time. We check to make sure they don't have any internal parasites or any other problems as well. So a good general health exam is recommended on these guys as soon as you get them to make sure that they don't have any problems that need to be addressed as they develop. Vaccinations, testing in cats, FIV and FELV testing needs to be done on these guys as soon as possible. We need to know the status on that. This is a virus, two viruses that can cause problems in cats, causes them to not be able to fight off infection, and so definitely need to know if they have a leukemia or FIV virus so that the proper action can be taken. Vaccinations, there are several vaccination protocols out there for dogs and cats, and work with your local veterinarian to get the vaccinations that best fit your pet and the protocol that best fits your pet as well. I'm going to go over a few of them. By no means is this all of them, but it's the core vaccinations and are the ones that are very, very important for these guys as they're developing. In puppies, the first one is distemper parvo. At 8 weeks old, these guys need to get a distemper parvo shot. Take them into your local veterinarian. If they haven't had an exam, get an exam and get them their distemper parvo. This protects from several things. It's called a puppy shot, a combo shot. There are several names for it that people use out there, but these guys definitely need to have a distemper parvo shot. Come back in a month later and get a second distemper parvo shot. At that time they can get a rabies, a bordetella, if they're going to be in a kennel situation that protects against kennel cough, but definitely need to have 3 distemper parvo shots called a series to get these guys fully protected. 16 weeks old, come back 1 month later and get the last or third distemper parvo shot to get these guys fully protected. On the kitten side, after they've been leukemia tested, we need to get these guys started on vaccinations. The FERCP, that is a combo shot in cats that protects against several viruses as well. These guys need to start at 8 weeks old as well. At 8 weeks they need to get their first vaccination. They need to come back in a month later, like the dogs, a month later, and get their second FERCP. Some people would like to get leukemia. You can sure get leukemia as well in that. At 12 weeks old, they can also have their rabies shot. They need to have a rabies shot as well. Both puppies and kittens need to have their rabies shot, and they can get that at 12 weeks old. Again, come back like puppies. At 16 weeks old, kittens need to come back and get their final FERCP or combo shot, kitten shot, so that they have their full series with or without leukemia. And so work with your local veterinarian to come up with a protocol and the vaccinations that best fits your pet to get these guys protected against the viruses that we vaccinate for. Microchipping, I would definitely microchip. If you haven't had your pets microchipped, I would microchip these guys. It's a little bitty microchip that's put between the shoulder blades under the skin, can be given to cats and dogs. And the microchip has a number on it, and it is registered to your name. And so if your pet is lost, all the local shelters and the local pounds, vet clinics all have a scanner that scans these guys and can basically be traced back to your name so that you can be found. Deworming, recommended that these guys be dewormed every month. Every time they come in to see us to get their vaccinations, we recommend getting these guys dewormed. Any kind of worm burden, intestinal worms that are in their stomach and intestines can cause problems in these guys. And so we definitely want to keep these guys dewormed and so they don't have any problems. As they get older, the deworming is continued with the heartworm prevention. In dogs, heartworm prevention is very key. Heartworm testing every year is strongly recommended, and getting them on a prevention that is given every month. Needs to be given every month. There are several forms out there. There's pill forms, there's topical forms. Work with your veterinarian for the form that best suits your needs, but these guys need a monthly heartworm prevention, which also will serve as a intestinal worm protection as well, or a dewormer. In cats, Cats, heartworms is not as common. It is becoming more prevalent. Heartworms in cats is becoming more of an issue, and there are a couple of heartworm preventions out there for cats. And so if that is something that you would like to do, I would sure recommend getting your cat on a heartworm prevention as well, which also acts as an intestinal worm dewormer as well. And so those can act together to help keep your pet free of intestinal worms and heartworms. So work with your local veterinarian on that. Flea prevention. Fleas are really bad in this area. I would strongly recommend that if you're having a flea problem, that you get these guys on a flea prevention. Both cats and dogs need to be on a flea prevention. There are several products again out there, topicals, there's oral medicine. Work with your veterinarian and come up with a protocol to get these guys on a monthly flea prevention. So, diet. As kittens and puppies are growing, they need to be on a puppy food and a kitten food. Especially the little guys. They need to make sure that these guys eat. They can become what they call hypoglycemic, where they get low blood sugar. They become very listless, they're really non-responsive, and definitely need to eat. And so puppy food, these guys are growing, they need the protein, they need the nutrients for these bones to develop. Get a high quality puppy food and feed these guys till they're about a year to year and a half old. Puppies and kittens need to be on a puppy and kitten food to keep them healthy and growing the way they need to. Spaying and neutering can be done as early as 8 weeks. Most veterinarians recommend 4 to 6 months. If you're going to breed these guys, they can still be spayed and neutered after breeding, but I would strongly recommend, if you are not going to breed these guys, to definitely spay and neuter your dog or cat to make sure that there are several problems, behavioral problems. There are some medical problems that can arise from not spaying and neutering, and so I would strongly recommend that you get these guys spayed and neutered at 4 to 6 months old, or sooner if necessary. Training for dogs, I would recommend that you start early training these guys. As soon as you get them, start working with them. House training, crate training, all of this is really good to get these guys on the right track so that they'll be a better pet for you and you'll enjoy them a lot more. They're really great pets, and so training them, getting them going early is really good to get these guys to learn at an early age and work really well for y'all. After that, after the initial vaccinations, we get y'all on a heartworm prevention, a flea prevention. We strongly recommend annual exams. Get these guys in at least every year, sometimes every 6 months, depending on the veterinarian and what protocol you all have come up with, or problems that may have shown up and need more monitoring. Vaccinations, these guys need to be vaccinated every year or every 3 years. There's different vaccines out there, some of them are every 3 years, and so work with your veterinarian on that. Heartworm prevention, flea prevention, annual fecals, make sure these guys aren't developing any worms or any other problems, and just to keep them healthy. Let's just make sure that these guys are living a healthy life and there's not anything that's popping up that we need to know about. And so work with your local veterinarian and develop a protocol and a plan that y'all can work with to keep your pet healthy, and you will enjoy them for a long time. Have a good day.